I did a show talking about how race baiting is racism within itself. And you can go back and take a look at that show. I'll put a link in the description, and the link will be right up there. Yes, it will. And so that's what we're going to talk a little bit about today. Maybe a couple other things we'll talk about when it's all said and done. My name is Sam, and this is the Morning Mayhem Show. I'll start to respond.
Good morning to the chaos we ride.
So when I get texts, my own ideas.
Wake up, Sam. He's reborn again. One step forward from where he's been. Turn up the noise, flip the script today. Lights on, Sam. We've got dues to pay. A world on fire, but the winds still blow. This is Morning Mayhem. Welcome to the show.
So the grand jury finally did come back with an indictment of murder for Karmelo Anthony. And here's a little bit about that.
Starting out with some breaking news that was first reported this afternoon by J.D. Miles online at cbsnewstexas.com. A Collin County grand jury has now indicted Karmelo Anthony.
He is accused of killing another high school student at a track meet. The story has generated national interest, and our JD is live at the Collin County Courthouse, where he's been gathering reaction to this decision. JD.
Karen and Ken, Collin County District Attorney Greg Willis says his office has been presenting evidence for weeks to a grand jury panel here and asked that panel to return an indictment of first-degree murder on Karmelo Anthony, which they did today.
Now, we know this case has struck a deep nerve here in Collin County and beyond, and that's understandable. When something like this happens at a school event, it shakes people to the core. But let's remember that the justice system works best when it moves with steadiness and principle. That's what we're committed to, and that's what this case deserves.
Willis delivered that video statement after the indictment was handed down. A first-degree murder charge carries a 5 to 99 years or life in prison sentence if convicted. Karmelo Anthony is accused of fatally stabbing Austin Metcalf during a track meet inside a stadium where both of their Frisco ISD high school teams were participating. Anthony told police he acted in self-defense and was provoked by Metcalf during an altercation that preceded the stabbing. Anthony's attorney emphasized his plans to use that defense in a video statement released earlier today.
Self-defense is a fundamental right guaranteed every American. The law is clear. When self-defense is raised by the facts, the law puts the burden squarely on the prosecution to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that the citizen accused did not act in self-defense.
The father of Austin Metcalf issued a statement to us, which says,
I
am pleased that we are moving forward with the first-degree murder indictment. It now goes into the court system. I fully believe that justice will be served for Austin Metcalf. I look forward to the forthcoming trial, but it will never bring my son back. I'm told the next step in this legal process will be assigning a judge to the case, and that could happen tomorrow when we expect to get a copy of the indictment. That judge will then decide on when to set an initial appearance for Karmelo Anthony, and that could be days, it could be weeks, it could even be months. And as far as a trial date, I'm told that could be well into 2026. Live in McKinney, J.D. Miles, CBS News, Texas.
So the dad coming out, the dad has been a class act this whole time. He's gone out and tried to quash some of the racial tension that has arisen from this. That's all over X. I was going to show a bunch of the racial comments on X from both sides today, but I don't want to be a part of the problem. And showing that we all know it's there. We've seen it. I've showcased it on previous shows, but I refuse to be a part of that problem. We're just going to move forward and just talk about the case, what it means for self-defense for Karmelo Anthony, and what the prosecution's going to have to prove it, which I believe they're going to prove quite easily. I'm not wrong often in these matters when it comes to judicial justice system wranglings, and I don't think I'll be wrong with this one. So Karmelo Anthony indicted for murder and stabbing death of Austin Metcalf at Frisco ISD track meet. Karmelo Anthony, the now 18-year-old accused of fatally stabbing another teen during the altercation at a Frisco ISD track meet in early April, was indicted for murder by Collin County grand jury on Tuesday. Anthony, who was 17 at the time of the incident, was arrested on April 2nd in connection with the stabbing death of 17-year-old Austin Metcalf during a track meet in, there's no way I'll be able to pronounce the name of that stadium. It was probably someone local who had a lot of money and donated a ton of money for the stadium. The teen, who was facing first-degree murder charge, has been out on house arrest since being released on a reduced bond on April 14th. If convicted, Anthony would face possible sentence of 5 to 99 years of life in prison. In the Texas criminal justice system, 17-year-olds are considered adults. Let's talk a little bit about what he's going to be going through when he gets to that prison system. First of all, the Texas prison system, from my experience and being with a lot of guys from Texas, they're very racial. So there's going to be a lot of white gangs that when he lands there, because he's not affiliated with anyone, although he does claim, and I've shown pictures in previous podcasts of him throwing up gang signs for gangster disciples, but with guns and showing money like he's a gangster. He's just a semi-rich kid pretending to be a gangster, so he's not going to be able to claim any of that. So basically, he's going to be a fish out of water when he gets there, and it's not going to be good for him. Now, the black gangs aren't going to right away let the white gangs get at him for him killing a young football star in Texas, and they take football very, very seriously in Texas. But if Karmelo doesn't, step up to the plate and be willing to join one of the gangs that are down there in Texas, he's going to be in a lot of trouble. And a lot of people are frothing at the mouth to see what happens to him. Some might want him, unalived while he's in there. And in my prayer, I'm going to pray that does not happen. I'm going to pray that he gets protected by the staff of the prison and that they put him somewhere safe, which probably isn't going to happen. But and the only reason why I pray for that, because I don't want anyone to die. That's for God to judge for the crimes that he's committed here. Through faith alone, he can be forgiven by God, and that's a whole nother different show. But we hope that he's okay when he gets there, but we do hope he gets there. He needs to pay for his crimes, just like I paid for my crimes, and others have paid for their crimes, and I'm almost positive that will happen. But hopefully he will be okay. But he's probably going to have to join a gang, and that gang will protect him and make him put in work and possibly, kill another person to do that. I don't know exactly what's going to happen, but history tells that that's probably what is going to happen. Let's get into this a little bit more. Collin County District Attorney Greg Willis announced that his team worked to present evidence to the grand jury for weeks. We know this case has struck a deep nerve here in Collin County and beyond. That's understandable. When something like this happens at a school event, it shakes people to the core, Willis said in a statement. But the justice system works best when it moves with steadiness and with principle. That's where we're committed That's what we're committed to, and that's exactly what this case deserves. And I agree. Willis acknowledged the Austin Metcalf's family following the formal indictment, asking the community to keep them in their thoughts, and if you're willing, in your prayers as well. I am pleased that we are moving forward with the first-degree murder indictment, and it now goes into the court system. I fully believe justice will be served for Austin Metcalf. I look forward to the forthcoming trial, but it will never bring back my son, said Austin Metcalf's father, Jeff Metcalf. Anthony's attorney, Mike Howard, released a video statement after the indictment saying, in part, Karmelo and his family are confident in the justice system and the people of Collin County to be fair and impartial. Of course, Karmelo looks forward to his day in court. Because it's only in a trial that the full story can be heard and that impartial justice can be done. Howard continued, we expect that when the full story is heard, the prosecution will not be able to rule out the reasonable doubt that Karmelo Anthony may have acted in self-defense. In other news, or in related news, Frisco ISD did release the video of the stabbing, only certain parts of it, not the actual event. Frisco ISD released surveillance video of the fatal incident in mid-June. The video recording began several minutes before the altercation between Anthony and Metcalf. The camera position near the press box captured half of the field at the stadium. The tent where the incident occurred, located in the bleachers near the 50-yard line. Due to the camera's distance, individuals are not easily identifiable in the images. At or about 9:55 a.m., a sudden movement is seen under the tent, followed by the interaction between two figures. Frisco ISD officials said that this is the moment the stabbing occurred. Several people can be seen walking or running away while the others approach the area. So they didn't really say too much about that, except for that it's kind of grainy. You can see some movement. They did let some news agencies take a look at it, and the news agencies didn't see very much either. They said that they could barely see some movement, just what was actually reported right there. So that's the update, guys, on the Karmelo Anthony case. We'll be following it to a T as closely as possible as it moves forward. And hopefully the racial tensions don't get fired up again. But there are guys out there walking around with gas cans ready to throw gas on this little fire that doesn't even need to be ignited. Ignite. Now to the chat. Hey Rudy, how's it going today? It's good to see you. Ben Bacon Bits, how are you doing? James Collins Cares, how are you doing? Shell W, how are you doing today? Good to see you. Incarnasaur, good to see you. Shell W, awesome to see you. Tan Louise, good morning or good afternoon to you, or good evening rather. John Lazan, good to see you. Darcy's, so awesome you're here this morning. This is all you guys just telling me to turn my microphone on. Yeah, I mean, what do you guys think? I mean, I've done shows on this before, and we've pretty much ruled out that self-defense is going to be a viable defense for him. He brought a knife to school. He was kind of looking for a fight. One could say by bringing the knife to school. Some say he's had, altercations with some white boys in the past. None of that has been proven yet. Some are saying that they can barely see in the video that there was no assault by Austin Metcalf, or no physical movement, or that he went towards Anthony, that just the words caused the incident to happen, and that is not self-defense. The force doesn't justify. The force wasn't matched force for force. The severity of the force. There's a legal term for it, and for the likes of me, I can't remember it right now. But hey, good morning, substance abuse nurse. Good to see you. So yeah, I don't think he has a chance in hell of proving a self-defense claim. But if it was self-defense, I surely hope they can prove it. It wouldn't be great for the Metcalf family, because they did lose their son. But I mean, nothing is going to bring their son back. If Karmelo goes to prison for the rest of life or gets acquitted, none of that's going to bring their son back. But expect some racial tension as this case moves forward. There's going to be a lot of people on both sides screaming for it, screaming for racial justice, when in fact this case has nothing to do with race. And that would just be all the race baiters out there race baiting the situation.